Okay, let's have a good look at the new Survivor Meteorologist. This is made in, I basically watched it pretty fast, right? But she does seem like she's a healer and a supporter and a rescuer and everything else involved. But let's see here. Wendy's going to be released very soon as well. We just recently got her PV here. She holds a bottle as her item in a nutshell as well, right? And it seems like she can kind of mix her bottle here, which is very similar to Barmaid. For her first skill in a nutshell, as you can see here, she has a wind in which these wind is able to do some certain stuff. There's just three different modes to this. As you can see, the first mode is that, well, let's not talk about the first mode. Let's talk about this mode. This mode is a hurricane. This is called hurricane. And what does hurricane mean? Hurricane simply means that if you do an M shape, as you can see here, if you make an N shape, and if the M shape is very big, you can push the hunter back by a lot, and it covers a lot of radius. So this is the side-by-side comparison. If you only just did a little bit, it only pushes us back by a half, and the radius or the length itself has been reduced too. Now, if you do it from side to side, you'll be able to float on the sky. This is, in a nutshell, like Toy Merchant, but this is also really good against chip hunters like, you know, Mad Eyes, like Gala, and Bonbon in a nutshell. I would even dare to say this would counter Anne. So this counters a lot of characters in a nutshell. But like, once again, right, going from side to sides too, it's just more or less, depending on how strong the wind is, I think it goes a certain speed and it goes a certain height, but it definitely goes a certain height and a certain duration, as we all see here too. Not only that, if you decide to use a circle, so you see here, right, she's drawing circles. If you decide to draw circles, you're able to throw down a rain, like a rainy cloud from the sky within 32 meters of you, and basically, once you reach the 100 raindrops, you'll heal up the full health. When you leave the rain for more than 3 seconds, it will reduce the drops by 15 points per second, so just remember that too. In a nutshell, what this means is you can now decode while you heal, and you will not get any decoding debuff like Barmaid, let's say it this way. So she is more or less a support containability type character. But do realize one thing, I think her items doesn't regenerate, right? She can only use her items because the heal here, she already used half of her bottle. I'm assuming, right, depending on how big or how strong you're using your stuff, that's how much you actually consume your bottles. So that's something just to keep into consideration too when you're doing it as well. Because if we move back here, it doesn't really show us how much she's actually consumed. But if we move forward, maybe you can see it here somehow. But in a nutshell, right, if you see from the side-by-side comparison here too, there is a big difference between the healing speed of other survivors and the healing speed of Wendy here, it does seem. So just to keep that in mind as well. Now, not only that, you can make as much circles as you want in a nutshell, but if you want to cancel it, there's a cancel button right there, and you can cancel it so you can reset the mix. So basically, this girl has no cooldown. This girl, basically speaking, has no cooldown. Her external traits right now is she can see survivor within 36 meters of her. If there's only one survivor nearby, she can see it. And if she's the only one left on the field, then she can also see the dungeon here too. We'll be also able to see some test here from IDV on how they managed to work up Wendy. And it seems like we might be able to see her going up against Mad Eyes here. Wendy up against Mad Eyes. So, in a nutshell, Wendy can actually fly over Mad Eyes' fences. As you can see here, she's mixing, and she has enough mix, she goes over the fences. It goes actually really high. So by technicality, you can traverse across any walls if you really wanted to do so. So there is also that for Wendy, and she can also, I think she can push the hunter back here if she wanted to. She's healing, well, you can heal other characters, but I think in that scenario, probably pushing the hunter back would be a better option. I think you can try, you can try pushback there. The pushback is absolutely insane, and you maintain the pushback here too. You see here against Mad Eyes, you maintain the pushback, which is honestly speaking very scary. That's like a stun. The pushback is like a stunning itself. It doesn't matter how far you push it back, they will remain that way regardless of what you do. But of course, that's all the intro for Wendy here. Hopefully you enjoyed. Sorry, this was made in a very abrupt time, and we will see you all in the next video. Bye bye for now.